flew by, or is that just me? Because I feel like I blinked and it's just gone. Today we're going to be planning for the month of October. I cannot believe it is officially cozy season and I'm so excited for it to be here. I just enjoy that spooky fall vibe so much, as you can probably tell, and I'm excited to spend this season with you all. Before we get into planning for October, we have to reflect on September because we can't continue to improve if we don't reflect on where we've been, the things we've done, and what worked and what did not work. Go ahead and grab yourself a cozy beverage. I grabbed myself a pumpkin coffee. Make sure it's in a really cute fall mug. This is Alfred the Ghost. He will be joining us today, and let's dive into reflecting on September. Oh, September, you were something. September as a whole for me was very interesting. So I actually got sick for about 4 days and I was just completely down those days, and it took me about a week or so to get enough energy to do anything, and then of course after that I was just kind of trying to catch up on everything. That was the first half of September basically, and then the second half of September I was able to decorate for fall, which if you have not seen that video, it is one of my favorite videos to film every single year, and I do want to say thank you so much for all of the love and support that it got. It was just such a special video for me to film. I truly look forward to it every single year, and for it to just have entered the lives of so many people and so many people enjoyed it just makes me feel so incredibly happy. So thank you so much for watching it if you did, and if you haven't, definitely go check it out. It really gives you the cozy fall vibes. But that was the second half of September, and that was one of my favorite parts of the month because it just was a chance to revamp our space, and it was just a great way to come back from feeling sick. That was basically my September. Here we are planning for October, which is insane. Comment below what your September was like, but that's basically what it was for me. Definitely still got to enjoy some fall vibes, read a couple good cozy books, which will be in the next video. Yeah, I think I definitely made the most of being sick, and that's all that you can really do, and that's gonna play into October's intentions, which we will go over. But for September, here are the intentions that I had set. So I said that I wanted to meal prep more because I had kind of fallen out of it a little bit. At the beginning of September, of course, we did not meal prep because we were sick. But after getting sick, we ended up getting a Costco membership. And this is the best thing that we could have done. If you're needing to save money, I highly suggest getting a Costco membership. I don't know why we did not do this sooner, but it has truly helped. And this is going to help us implement meal prepping more this month. I didn't really meal prep, but I made a step towards meal prepping, so can we count that? I don't really know. I will, just because I think it was a win. The next intention I set is to decorate for fall. I was able to do that and I'm so incredibly grateful. And my last intention for September that I had set was to set a timer for tasks. As you can probably guess, this did not happen just because I was sick, but I definitely feel like I learned a lot from being sick. Sounds really weird, but it's true. And I'm gonna run with that. So no, I did not set a timer. No, I was not the most productive, and no, September is not exactly what I had anticipated it to be, but it had its own amazing moments and it had its own highlights. I was still able to do things that I enjoyed this month and create memories. So I hope you had an amazing September, and if not, it is totally okay. It's fine to not have a month go the way that you plan. That's life, and that's just the way that it is. Even if you set goals and you didn't hit any of them, it is totally okay. This is why we do this, so that we can reflect on ourselves and figure out exactly the next steps that we need to take based on the month prior. So I think it's really important not to be down on yourself if it wasn't the best month that it could be. October's a fresh slate and I'm so stoked for it, and I hope that you are too, because we're going to take it on together and we're going to make it the best that it can be. So next are memorable moments for September. I watched Practical Magic for the first time. I had mixed emotions with this movie. I was not hooked within the first 30 minutes. I was very hesitant to actually turn it off. It got way better after the first like 30 minutes. They were all like losing their husbands, and I know it's the curse of that family of the witches, but just the thought of losing Cooper, it made my tummy turn. I could not. We stuck through the first 30 minutes. It got so much better, and I I think it is a great fall movie. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend watching it. I know the first 30 minutes may be a little bit rocky. It may not be for you, it just kind of was for me, but it is a great fall movie. Another great memory is obviously decorating our space for fall and just being creative in our space. Pause this video and reflect on your September and the moments that just made you super happy, and then we'll move on to our October intentions. Have talked about September, it is time to move on to October and set some really good intentions for the month. So my first intention is going to be starting a brand new 12-week year. So if you have seen any of my previous Plan With Me's before, you'll know that I was doing the 12-week year. I started in June, which I will link that video up above here. And if you haven't heard of the 12-week year, it's basically accomplishing the goals you would achieve in a year within 12 weeks. And it's based on a book, which I will put a picture of it here. I actually do own it, and it's a great thing to read, but you don't have to read it to start the challenge. I will link the template that I use for Notion in the description box below, but I really want to start a brand new one, and it's going to end around like Christmas Eve, I believe. So perfect for the new year. I can definitely do a separate video all about this new 12-week year and how I'm setting it up, because I have a binder that I'm going to use that has like physical trackers in it, and then also have the Notion template as well. But that is going to be a really big intention for October. My next intention for October is what I was talking about with learning from being sick. So I really want to prioritize my health even more. I already try to, and I talk about how I do that all the time, but I really do want to put more emphasis on my health. And one thing that I am truly going to really like hone in on is drinking water. I was really good about drinking water up until around the time I did get sick. I feel like it's hard to drink water whenever you're sick. You just want like carbonated light things or like juice, or you know, you don't want water. It's hard to want water, and especially if you're not moving and getting yourself tired, you don't really get thirsty a whole lot. So it was really difficult coming back from getting sick and just trying to get my daily water intake back to where it was. Cooper, being the amazing man that he is, surprised me and got me my own Stanley Cup. I have wanted one of these for so long, but I just couldn't. I don't know. It's just like one of those things that you want and you wanted for a while, you just never pull the trigger. But he knew I wanted one, and he knew how bad that I needed it. So this is the 40 ounce, and this is the color rose quartz, I believe. I can link it down below as well if you are looking to get one. I saw these everywhere. Everybody had them. When I tell you this insanely improved my water intake, I mean like it like tripled my water. So before I had this, I was maybe getting in like maybe 3 to 4 cups of water a day. Like I was struggling with it after getting sick. After having this for one day, the first day I had this, I refilled it 3 times. 40 ounces of this. I refilled this whole thing 3 times in one day. That is insane. You only need 2 of these to hit your daily water intake of 8 cups. My water intake literally skyrocketed. Attribute it completely to this, because I found that whenever I was just sitting, I would pick it up, and because I just like wanted to hold it and it's pretty and it has a straw, I would just sit there and sip it. The glass cups I have from Amazon that have the wooden lid and straw, I love those and I still use those, but this I can literally take it with me anywhere. It fits in the cup holders like I need it to. It just keeps it insulated. This keeps all of my water nice and cold. It's very versatile, which I really, really love, and I have noticed that I just drink an insane amount of water whenever I have this. Definitely focusing on water intake for the month of October, and also vitamins. We took a lot of vitamins while we were sick, and it really did make the biggest difference. I just really want to make sure we're staying on top of taking them every day. We do take vitamins daily already, but I just want to add to them and make sure that we stay with it, because there are days sometimes I forget or I'm too tired or whatever the case may be, but I want to really stay dialed in on those and stay on top of it even more. because it really does make a difference. And heading into cold and flu season and just the season where people are a little bit more sick more often, I think it's important to make sure that you are giving your body everything it needs to stay strong and to stay as healthy as possible. My next intention is to just fully enjoy fall and spooky season. We only get it once a year. It's one of my favorite seasons. It's a very special season because that's whenever Cooper and I met and we started dating. So it's a very special, nostalgic season for us. And I just want to enjoy it. I just want to be in it. I want to eat the treats. I want to watch the shows, read the books, sit by the string lights, light the candles, and just really enjoy it. So that's a really big intention. Now that it is a new season, it is time to create a fall bucket list. Allison Bickerstaff really inspired me to do this, and it is such a great idea to make sure we are romanticizing the season and actually living in it, because it's very easy to just let it get away from you with life and just the things that you have to do day to day, and time passes very quickly. So it's a really great way to make sure you are really enjoying the season. The very first thing on my fall bucket list is to visit a pumpkin patch. That was actually mine and Cooper's very first date, was a pumpkin patch. It warms my heart, so I'm so excited. And before we move on, I do want to say bucket lists don't have to be extravagant. They can be so minimal, and they can be just things that you love to do. Very simple things. That's all I wanted to say. It doesn't have to be anything extravagant. It doesn't have to be traveling somewhere crazy. It can literally be just having a movie night. It can be anything that makes you happy. So definitely just wanted to disclaim that, because I don't want anything to stop you from making one if you actually want to make one. The next thing on my bucket list is to carve a pumpkin. Cooper and I usually do this after the pumpkin patch with the pumpkin that we get from the pumpkin patch, but it's just something else that we love to do together, and was also one of our first dates. So I just love turning on Gilmore Girls or a Halloween movie and just creating a really fun design and seeing it come together with the candlelight. Next thing is to make a pumpkin pie. I've only ever made a pumpkin pie one other time before, and it was pretty fun. It was a gluten-free, dairy-free pumpkin pie. It actually came out really good, and I was really surprised. So I would like to try my hand at it again this year. I want to also have a Harry Potter movie marathon. We had one 2 years ago and went completely all out. I will link the video up above, but it was so much fun. It just makes me so giddy to think about it. It was an amazing memory. It's a very simple, cozy, fun fall activity that you can just do with your friends or your family or your partner or whoever. Next up on the bucket list that we can go ahead and check off is to decorate for fall, which we have clearly already done, thankfully, because I just am so happy to enjoy the decorations. But if you have not decorated for fall, definitely just throw out a couple pumpkins or two, just a couple cozy blankets and some pillows, and light a candle. You don't have to do anything insane. I also really want to thrift a cozy sweater. One of my favorite sweaters I have is one that I thrifted for like $4, and I would love to see if I can find something else similar to that. Maybe like a Rory Gilmore sweater possibly, or like just like a grandpa sweater, but I don't know. I think it's really fun because you never know what you're gonna go in there and find. You have to be in the mood and know what you're looking for, but I love thrifting so much, especially cozy sweaters. And lastly, I really want to make a homemade soup. I love making baked potato soup. I love making beef stew. I'd love to make some kind of vegetable soup, possibly. Something really hearty and cozy, and just have like a really good like breadstick or something with it. This list is ever changing and ever growing. These are just the pillar things that I know for sure I really want to do and that Cooper wants to do, and I think it's really going to make for a really great fall season. So definitely make sure you make a little fall bucket list, even if it's just for yourself. I think it's just an awesome way to really romanticize whatever season that you're in, and I will say fall is a great season to romanticize. Alright you guys, well that is going to wrap up this October plan with me. I hope you got some inspiration or motivation and are incredibly excited for the new season and the new month. If you have any special goals or anything you want to share, please leave it in the comments down below, and let's make this an amazing month. Let's just enjoy fall and everything that it has to offer, and spooky season, and just be the best versions of ourselves, and let's crush it. If you did enjoy this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching and for being here. I'm so grateful for all of you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!